Hello from the Cannes Film Festival. Thanks for your company again today. In this show, I'll be speaking to one of the heartthrobs of the festival. I'm going to leave you guessing who that is for just a moment. It's been a blockbuster year for famous faces. Let's have a little look back at some of them. So many stars on the red carpet this year, from breakout heartthrob in Normal People to an Oscar-nominated performance in Aftersun. Paul Mescal has cemented his place as one of the most exciting actors of his generation. He filmed the tender gay love story, The History of Sound, with Josh O'Connor straight after wrapping Gladiator 2. Now premiering in Cannes, the film marks a more intimate chapter in his career. I spoke to Paul and the director, Oliver Hermanus, about bringing this moving story of love and memory to the screen. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Could you just start by telling viewers what to expect from the film?
The History of Sound is a deeply romantic, deeply fascinated film, fascinated by the journey of a man's life and the question of the roads untraveled and the relationships that form us and make us into who we are. It's a movie about music being the fabric between two people and how that music lives on through their relationship and into their memories.
And Paul, you actually started talking together about this film before Aftersun, before Gladiator 2. Why were you attracted to the role?
I'm interested generally in characters that don't overextend towards an audience. They're challenging to play. I also feel somewhat connected to that kind of type of man, I guess. And the writing was so good. I felt like Ben has written somebody's inner life very clearly to me, at least, that there's a lot that he's not saying at all moments in the film.
And Oliver, both Paul and Josh were coming off successful TV shows when you first got in touch with them. Why were you attracted to these two to play these characters?
We had all met, in our real lives. And so when I finally had, this is the director always has to come knocking and being like, "Would you like to do this is what I've got." You think of the people who you are most desperate to work with, and I was most desperate to work with them.
And did you know that Paul could sing?
I did actually know that Paul could sing because I think somebody had sent me you singing
that's when I was
in
back
Italy in Normal People. I think it was a sort of
on
a balcony.
Singing Pavarotti on the balcony. Jeez, who sent you that?
Lisa.
And Paul, you obviously made a sensation in Normal People, especially because of your chemistry with Daisy Edgar-Jones. You and Josh have this really incredible chemistry. How did it come about?
It came about because I think we really like each other. I love spending time with Josh. I love Josh both as an actor and as a person. So it just felt like it arrived, to me at least, very naturally.
And we're seeing a wave of queer love stories at the Cannes Film Festival this year. Well, a wave of stories, but some love stories, like in Pillion and Little Sister, they're getting strong attention. Do you think these stories are being told differently now and audiences are welcoming them more than in the past?
I think you're also just finding the rise of a lot of queer filmmakers who are being authentic about their lived experience and what interests them and the characters that they want to tell stories about who reflect their own potential lives. I think that's what's exciting about the rise of more queer films in general.
And what's interesting as well is we're not just seeing the struggles of queer people, we're seeing love stories as well, and that's important, isn't it?
That's very important because queer people don't just struggle. It's very sad if they did. I think these stories of lives lived happily or lives lived without the perspective or the lensing of the queer kind of coming out crisis, all those things that we've associated with a lot of queer films from the past, is that they are to provide work and stories that are not concerned with that. It gives young queer people, older queer people confidence. It gives them a sense of self. I think it just feeds that audience in a different way, which it's a privilege that we have, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, to pitch a queer film. It was because we wanted straight people to have an interest in the struggles of queer people, and I think now we're very much beyond that.
Yeah. And also, I think what's interesting about this is that, like, by removing that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't have drama or tragedy in it. And I think that is, again, what I think is quite refined about the film is that it still manages to feel very dramatic, quietly dramatic and tragic in places, but substituting it for this feeling of, like, repression or or anything like that, really, I think.
Okay, thank you so much, thanks. And of course, we'll be seeing Paul Mescal singing once again in the new Beatles biopic, which is expected quite soon. We'll be playing Paul McCartney. Next then, the film festival is one of the world's greatest celebrations of cinema, and the glamour is very much part of the magic. Behind the scenes in Cannes, countless professionals work hard to ensure that VIP guests enjoy a truly unforgettable red carpet experience. Jennifer Ben-Brahim takes us inside the world that helps bring the festival's sparkle to life.
Elegance meets extravagance on this red carpet. The Cannes Film Festival is not just about cinema.
Le Festival de Cannes, c'est glamour.
Glamour!
Glamour!
What's more glamorous than arriving on the Croisette in a helicopter?
Allez-y, venez, suivez-nous.
Pilot Antoine Fleurier picks up these movie lovers at the airport.
Est-ce que tout le monde m'entend bien?
French film icons Alain Delon and Jean-Paul Belmondo have sat in the back of his very helicopter. More recently, Johnny Depp, Robert De Niro and Tom Cruise.
Je me sens en sécurité d'être.
I feel safer being with my partner than with Tom Cruise.
This 8-minute flight costs €1,200.
Passez un bon festival de Cannes, amusez-vous bien.
Once on terra firma, time for a makeover to be red carpet ready. In this hotel suite, Eva Longoria is getting the finishing touches to her glam.
Comment dit-on eyebrow?
Sourcil. Cils and sourcil. Exactly, bord de là. Yeah, you told me French.
Et voilà. C'est belle là.
The final look has enough star wattage to shine in front of the 5,000 photographers waiting on the steps of the red carpet. Next stop, a secret garden perched at the top of his 5-star hotel.
There's a little secret corner where there's my bees, my hives.
Emmanuel Balestra is not a beekeeper, but a bartender, and nature is his muse.
When the bees forage, they give the honey a little caramel flavor.
His special Cannes cocktail also includes flowers he picks each morning, like the precious centifolia rose and
A bit of mandarin seed, and it gives a little touch to the botanical cocktail.
a delicious creation in the running for a Palme d'Or for best cocktail.
The little elements from our garden to finish. A magnificent scent of green mandarins and centifolia. The olfactory aspect enhances the taste experience.
Well, we're nearing the end of the festival. Cannes has showcased a remarkable selection of films, each exploring a range of powerful themes, from love and identity to political struggles and historical reckonings. Stella El-Ghazma has been chatting with festival goers about the standout films that have left a lasting impact, as well as the unforgettable moments from this year's celebrations of cinema.
Competitions are competitions. Does it mean that it's necessarily a good film? Who knows?
How many films have you seen up to now?
Oh man.
14. I have seen 22 films. I've been here since Tuesday, so I've seen 2 or 3 a day.
I just saw Alpha.
Did you enjoy Alpha?
I did. It was very, very interesting, yes.
I went and I saw The Phoenician Scheme by Wes Anderson.
And is there any film that you really didn't like at all?
Alpha, it's a complete disaster for me.
If you see the movie, you know it. Just one moment, you know you gotta go. You know?
I'm gonna be honest. I did not care for highest to lowest.
And do you have an idea of like which film is gonna win the Palme d'Or?
I think for now, because I had some rumors from the press and some predictions,
we do think maybe a simple accident, or what we haven't seen that movie from the first session is the Moroccan movie called Sirat.
I would love for it to be Sirat, but I know that Alpha's gotten a lot of buzz.
I've been hearing a lot, Die My Love.
I don't think it's going to be the Phoenician Scheme. That's what I'll tell you.
But we need to wait for this cue. The sentimental value, yeah.
We'll see it. Thank you so much.
Not long to wait now to find out who is going to be the winner of the Palme d'Or at this year's Cannes Film Festival. That'll be Saturday night. Well, we're ending today's show with Colours of Time. That's the latest film from acclaimed French director Cédric Klapisch, best known internationally for the Spanish Apartment trilogy and Back to Burgundy. In this new time-jumping family drama, two cousins inherit an old house in rural Normandy and retrace the lives of their ancestors in 19th century Paris. Here's the trailer, and we'll see you next time from Cannes.
Je veux aller à Paris, Gaspard. J'ai besoin de savoir qui est ma maman.
Tu l'as pas vue depuis combien de temps, ta mère?
20 ans. Pourquoi vous voulez quitter le Havre?
Bah, tout se passe à Paris maintenant.
Mais ça fait pas trop cliché, genre vieux Paris ici?
Écoute, Paris, c'est Paris. Hein. C'est vieux, c'est cliché, mais...
Me regarde pas comme ça.
Je suis obligé de te regarder si je te dessine.
Non.